2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Nets in Brooklyn. Looking at the Nets, these guys are playing good basketball with 7 wins in their last 10 games, and they like their chances tonight. Guys, in the past, shot blockers used to live in the paint. Now you think of a player like Anthony Davis who can smother you inside and out.
Man, I'm really thinking about this, Ernie. He can move his feet against pretty much anyone. He's tough to shoot over. An invaluable asset on the offensive end as well as the defensive end. Long arms. That's tough, Shaq.
Man, I'm glad it's him and not me. I could imagine chasing Kenny around the perimeter.
Oh, that would have been fun.
Tired.
Yeah. You chase me around the locker room sometime.
Yeah, you talk too much.
Hey, you know what? I had a question, too.
What's that?
This whole thing that we've talked about before, how many people are watching as opposed to how many people are not watching?
Oh, it's a lot of people
So here's the
watching.
deal. So if you're watching right now,
Okay.
raise your hand.
Okay.
Okay, people out there, raise your hand if you're
Right.
watching.
Okay.
Now, if you're not watching, raise your hand. See?
You can't see the people.
Nobody's not watching.
You can't see the people not watching.
I rest my case, Counselor.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us.
In
Here's
the
Kevin
case
Harlan.
versus Ernie versus Kenny, Ernie wins.
The activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum, not too far from our setting today here at the Barclays Center. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Hey, Dave.
Well, it took 5.
And DA, that's the standard for the Lakers organization. Thanks for that report. We're in the middle of the season, Doris. Some teams now just beginning to find their stride, their rhythm. How do they now maintain it?
Yeah, I think at this point of the year, you've established your rotation. Players know when they're going to come in, when they might be subbed out. I think it's about sort of finding, keeping, and maintaining that rhythm and execution that should be very, very well ingrained in your guys' habits.
I know you played this way, but when you know your role, when you know the minutes and the rhythm, as we were just talking about, I think for a player that's huge. Am I correct?
You are. Know your role and star in your role.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. Rondo and Caldwell Pope in the backcourt. And it's James in at the small forward. And for Brooklyn, LeVert and Durant out on the perimeter. Jordan is out there with Allen. And it's Irving at the point. And it's sent back by Allen. KD with it. Picked up by Davis. Can't hit that one. Caldwell Pope right side. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Here's Irving. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Okay, how about the great body control by Kyrie Irving? One of the best small men in the league at converting through contact.
Rondo passes to LeBron. A floater. Second chance effort. Kuzma can't get it to go. Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Irving drives in. Count it. Irving's got 6 points.
They're just so smooth. Kyrie Irving identifying the opening and then letting it rip.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
From deep, James gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
The Nets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Over in the corner, Allen. The Lakers with the rebound. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Well, I'm sure they're still enjoying that one. You love going into a tough building, tough place to play, and shooting the lights out. Nothing like silencing the crowd.
Durant now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Contesting Kevin Durant's shot is so hard because his release point is so high. There are very few players in the world who can do what Kevin Durant does. Under duress of the playoffs or a big moment in the game, Kevin Durant has the skill set and the mentality necessary to finish opponents off.
And that skill set of Durant's that, Doris, you just mentioned, there really is no comparison in the league.
I agree, Kevin. I mean, just to have that soft touch with that height he has is rare in itself. Now you think about the mobility and creativity to find a shot for himself or others in any situation. That is what makes him one of the all-time greats.
The Nets shooting their first free throws of the night.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And so Irving nails both of them.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Outside Rondo. Here's LeBron. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. James has got 5 points so far.
Don't give LeBron James a lane to the hoop because he will be ruthless in his attack. He takes advantage anytime he sees daylight.
And stolen by LeBron. Fires top of the key. Again, the Lakers.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. They trail by 1. Pass to KD. And the 3 off target.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. Levert defending. Good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The Nets have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Baseline jumper. KD with the bucket.
Well, Kevin Durant's form, his release point, everything about his stroke is really impeccable.
Rondo against Irving. The drive by Rondo. What's the best combination of inside-outside basketball you see offensively now?
Well, 2 guys really come to mind immediately for me. It's Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis because both men can face up and knock down shots in a legitimate enough fashion that you've got to get out and contest those guys. But the other side of this is they can play in the post and be a legitimate back-to-the-basket force who you've got to guard with more than one guy. I mean, how exciting, Kevin, are Joel and AD to watch play?
They are thrilling. I would agree.
He really made that shot harder than it needed to be, and coach is not happy with that choice.
Here's James. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 7.
Well, you love it. DeMarcus Cousins drawing the defensive attention and still has the court awareness to make the play.
Levert with a wide open look. Dwight Howard grabs the board. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 14-6 run. Rondo, good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. The baseline J. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 6 rebounds in the game. Chandler goes in, off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Okay, Jared Allen, we see you making that look for a big man. That's a pretty pass.
Levert against Rondo. Teardrop shot, and he lays it up and in. Rondo's got 9.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And I credit the shot selection in that one. It's hard to stay patient, but you see the reward.
Well, typically, Greg, great decision-making leads to great shooting percentages. I thought that team played a very smart game.
Los Angeles leading by 4. The drive by Cousins. Rondo kicks to Cousins. Goes up again. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats. for LeVert.
And their analytics department won't be happy with the dip in his effective field goal percentage this month. He's not taking the smart shots he was earlier in the season, maybe trying to do a little bit too much.
Well, throughout the early part of his career, DeMarcus Cousins was a high-usage focal point of the offense. Now you're being asked to play more alongside other star players and adjust your role. He's done exactly that.
A nice shot by LeVert.
It feels like Karis LeVert gets more and more lethal on the offensive end. How about the ability to make a contested jumper? Okay, I see it.
Rondo against LeVert. There's 45 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Green. Rebound, Brooklyn. Allen's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Tries from 16. That one wide left.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Howard trying to free himself up. And that one's good. Cousins.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Caruch, guarded by Green. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. Rondo against LeVert. And there's the pass to Nwaba over LeBron. And that one from Nwaba.
Well, Karis LeVert has great size to see over the defense and terrific vision there.
The drive by LeBron. And there's another one for the Lakers.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his way.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Lakers lead by 6. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. You know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late game situations.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Taurean Prince is out there with Wilson Chandler. Then there's Irving. And it's Caruch in at the 2 guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Well, DeMarcus Cousins can score from 3 levels. Right there, working the mid-range.
Irving passes to Caruch. Now Prince, guarded by Green. Lets it go from 11. The kick out to Irving. Irving double team. Here's Chandler. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Chandler's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Woo-hoo, Kyrie Irving doing work with the pass. That's pretty.
And until their playoff run, the Brooklyn Nets weren't a team we thought of as a free agent destination. And Doris, you almost forget that they play in the biggest market in the country.
And Greg, who would have thought that in New York and Los Angeles, arguably the most competent franchises would be the Nets and the Clippers. These are 2 of the historically dilapidated teams no longer content to play second fiddle in those major markets.
Rondo against Irving. Ball's knocked loose. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Chandler. And Kevin Durant is subbed in for Taurean Prince. And then for the Lakers, Davis is checked in for Cousins. Kyle Kuzma comes in for LeBron. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Rajon Rondo. Of course, you've covered so many great basketball players over your many years in this business. As a player, coach, now broadcaster, who has been your favorite athlete to watch or cover or report on?
All right, Kevin, you know I can't possibly name one, so I'm going to just throw several names out there. LeBron James has overcome so many challenges as a young person even before his NBA career. So his story is absolutely absolutely incredible and inspirational. How about Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA? Or Damian Lillard, who has proven so loyal to his fan base and organization and is one bad man when a game is on the line in the playoffs.
Goes up on the wing. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just one on the basket from Durant.
I'll tell you, he can make it look easy. That jump shot of Kevin Durant is automatic.
Davis, the pass to Green. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Doris, Danny Green included in that Kawhi DeRozan trade, and he's an underrated player in his own right.
No doubt, Kevin, because when you examine the net rating, which is basically what impact does a player have on winning, Danny Green is one of the best in the league. This guy is an all-defensive guy. He can make shots when he's open. You can plug him in at a couple of different positions. So much to like about Danny Green.
Good on the second free throw.
Sometimes when a guy is the 46th pick, as Danny Green was back in 2009, he can become an afterthought. But what does he go out and do in just his 5th NBA season? He wins a championship with the Spurs.
Oh, great ball movement there. And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, DeMarcus Cousins suffered an Achilles injury, and it was a major setback for him, but it was also an eye-opener. Cousins said, any given day could be your last day playing, and all the celebrity, all the fame ends. My love for the game has grown, but at the same time, I want to be more than just a basketball player. Kevin, challenges can put anything into perspective.
Thank you, D.A. The drive by Green. Kuzma finds Caldwell Pope. Back to Kuzma. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. And with Durant, perhaps the most amazing part, he can have quiet nights, Greg, of 30-plus points.
Kevin, his scores are just so easy for him that you forget you aren't supposed to see 7-foot sharpshooters doing it. He can score from anywhere in any fashion and can hold his own with any player in history in terms of how unguardable he is.
Jared Allen's checked in for the Nets. Karis LeVert comes in for Rodions Kurucs, and the Lakers also making a switch. Howard's checked in. Davis against Allen. On its way from Caldwell Pope for 2. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
You're just a smooth customer off that pick and roll. KCP making a quick assessment and decides to take it for himself.
Allen, here's Jordan. Sinks that one from the post.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Caldwell Pope outside. Banked in off the glass. Caldwell Pope's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut to just 1 on the basket from Irving.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Green passes to Davis. Brooklyn with the rebound. And this matchup with the Lakers, it's their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, and they swept this matchup the 2 times they played last year. They held the advantage on paper and on the court.
Well, a year ago, there was a big gap in talent between the 2 teams. But changes are always made, and we'll see how they match up this time around.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Danny Green. Here's Rondo. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Nets shooting an incredible 64% from the field in this game. Here's Durant. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Kevin Durant plays with great pace. He never allows the defense to speed him up. Just a pretty pull-up jumper.
Knocked away. Irving with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. Durant's running. He gets it in there. Now it's a 3-point Brooklyn lead.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Rondo looking around. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far. Here's Rondo. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Kuzma. 50 seconds left here in the second. Tipped away. Rondo with the ball. He's picked up by KD. And Jordan sends it back.
DJ twice on the pipes. No, sir. Get it out of here.
Here's KD. Rebounded by the Lakers. Howard's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Loads it up for Davis. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
Oh my goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Down low. And now the fast break. Rondo with the ball. Finished off the break. Now just a 1-point Nets lead.
How about the energy? Just relentless here. Rondo excellent at just gliding down the floor and finishing and stop.
KD with the bucket.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night. So
all right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the
Yeah,
folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. Okay. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 16 points, 2 rebounds, and also 3 steals. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the first half. Sometimes you're hoping for your reserves to come in and just hold court, but they didn't do that. They actually got better.
Shaq, your take on the Lakers.
The second half is gut check time for the defense. Allowing over 60% shooting is weak sauce. Weak barbecue sauce, weak butterfinger sauce, weak sauce. The coach needs a light fire under these guys. If you don't want to do it, I'll do it, Ernie.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Disrupting everything.
well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. And it's Rondo in at the point.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
LeVert against Caldwell Pope. A nice shot by LeVert.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Lakers trail by 4. James outside. Over Allen. A shot by LeBron, no good. Burnett shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field. Left side Chandler releases, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that. Well, think about the Nets' Kenny Atkinson, a finalist last season for NBA Coach of the Year. This young coach got a well-deserved contract extension. And what I love is his team competes at a high level every night. Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
Now Rondo, 13 points in the game. Lakers passing it around over Allen. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from LeBron. And Doris, you think about how hard this Brooklyn team competes. I think they take right after their head coach.
I don't think there's any doubt, Kevin. Coach Atkinson is still willing to get on the court and jump into drills with his players. Let's remember, going back to the early days of his career, he was a player development coach. And before that, yes, he even played. That effort and willingness to break a sweat very much reflected in his group.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there, no box out.
To me, Greg, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
To the paint, here's Cousins. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And a great time to check out the power rankings, see how the teams are stacking up across the league. You take a look at Los Angeles. They're still dominant, sitting at number 1 once again.
And I think the Nets, they're putting to rest any big concerns people may have had with this team, proving they are truly an upper echelon club.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. David Mwaba comes in for Jared Allen, and Caruth is subbed in for Karis LeVert.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
And this is the key. In this game, you've got to be able to move your feet to be successful on the defensive end.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Chandler's shot, good.
You know, he could have looked to score that himself, but in this particular instance, the advantage is playing inside out.
LeBron drives in, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And the GOAT conversation, LeBron has said his motivation is to surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. Ray, what do you think he needs to do to bolster his case?
I think for the naysayers, the obvious answer is more rings. You look at the other numbers, including those 8 consecutive finals appearances, LeBron is in the discussion.
And both free throws, good for James.
Still playing at an MVP level, LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop, and it's McGee with the jam.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you, always has his head on a swivel.
Irving dishes to Prince over James, and that's Prince, that time on the assist by Irving. And that's now 6 points for Prince. And now in his mid-30s, LeBron showing no sign of slowing down.
His dedication to training and really maintaining his body, second to none. Alongside his prodigious athleticism, it seems that's made a huge difference.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Dishes to McGee. To the inside. Here's Rondo. Good. Nice job down low. Rondo's got 15 points.
If he's one thing, he's efficient in the paint. Rondo really good with the positioning there close to the basket.
Here's Mwaba. Caldwell Pope with some nice D.
Well, this is how you shut him down. A tremendous contest against a very skilled player.
Irving against Rondo. For the tie. Off the mark for the 4th time this game. He is 7 for 11 now. Inside, here's Prince. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 8th assist here tonight.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers. looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
I remember it very well.
Incredible.
Here's KD. Again, the Nets for two.
Well, you see the assertiveness inside from Kevin Durant. He is so good at finishing in different ways.
Now here's Rondo. He's got 15. To the middle. Here's Cousins. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Kevin Durant.
Well, the suitors didn't jump out full throttle to sign Cousins in this past free agency. Still wary of his health. Ended up having to take another one-year contract, this time with the Lakers. Cousins, though, still hoping to show he's a franchise-caliber player.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Kuzma's checked in. He hits the second from the line. And there are a lot of reasons why Cousins is such a dominant force on the floor. You rarely see his combination of size and skill to it.
No question. This is a big man who has got incredible vision, great passing touch, great shooting touch. You think about it. This is a man who is impossible to move off his path because of his strength. So the combination of those two things is truly extraordinary.
Outside Rondo. The Lakers rebound. Howard. That shot misses.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And finished off by KD.
Well, you respect the jump shooting, so you close tight, and Kevin Durant gets off on the dribble drive.
Rondo against Irving. And here's Rondo. 15 points in the game. And he recovers it. Kuzma passes to Cousins. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries again. Caldwell Pope outside. Offensive rebound. And it's Howard finishing it off.
His entire career, Dwight Howard has been an absolute force on the glass. Nice finish.
Outside Irving. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Boy, the consistency he's had tonight has been impressive. Really steady from the field.
And so it's Brooklyn, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Jared Allen is out there with DeAndre Jordan. And it's Durant in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Rondo passes to Caldwell Pope. Stolen by LeVert. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
A natural-born scorer is Kevin Durant. He puts in the time, and it pays dividends on the floor.
Pass to Davis. Back to Rondo. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
On the trade for Anthony Davis, a risk for the Lakers, but they feel, Greg, that both sides will find an extension this offseason.
There is mutual interest from both sides. Lakers made the trade confident Davis would resign. A bit of a leap of faith, but the Lakers did everything they could to secure Davis long term.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
On its way from Irving for 2. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Irving's got 10 points here in the second half. Lakers trail by 11. And it's Rondo penetrating, and he makes good on the layup.
And when Rondo gets going, the D is in for a long night. You got to prevent him from getting those rhythm looks early on.
Durant, the pass to Allen.
Shooting for Brooklyn. Taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
Well, think about Mr. Jared Allen. He was not the first family member to get picked in the NBA draft. Let's remember his dad taken by Dallas in the famous 1985 draft. His dad, however, would go on to have a playing career in Europe.
Rondo dishes to Davis. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Nets leading by 10. Here's Durant, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, the length and size of Kevin Durant make him a prime target on the interior. So good at forcing the issue close to the basket.
And he knocks down the first one. The Lakers making a switch here. McGee's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Well, MVP is already attached to Kevin Durant's name. But what I love, he continues to excel and improve.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Boy, he's really had their number. They need to make some kind of adjustment during this timeout.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during that last timeout, I listened to Frank Vogel talk to his team. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Davis kicks to Kuzma. Second shot opportunity. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's LeVert. And no good. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. Down low. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Really most effective when he's in attack mode, and KCP with the athleticism to do it.
Here's Irving, and some very quick points for him on that possession. Irving's got the lead up to 12 now for Brooklyn.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Davis. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
James checked in for the Lakers.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
Here's Irving. He can't get that one to fall. And the Lakers going the other way now. Shoots the 3. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Davis. Davis has got his 3rd assist on the night. And it's Irving with the ball for Brooklyn. 6-point lead. And we are talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words what he is able to do on the basketball field?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of all time. On a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable. And he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam. Here's Durant. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Listen, we know that it is a very tough job to cover Kevin Durant. He takes pleasure at making tough shots.
Rondo passes to Davis. And a miss there on the triple.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And finished off by KD.
Boy, KD just lethal on the drive to the rack, and he gets ahead of steam behind him. Forget about it.
James with it. Pass to Davis. Six for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Kyrie Irving.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Brooklyn with the ball. 8-point game. And the layup's good off the glass. Irving's got 14 points here in the second half.
Yeah, that's just a master of understanding pick and roll and how to develop quality shots. Such a dangerous guy in those sets.
There's the pass to Davis. Good D by Jordan. Brooklyn leading by 10. It's Durant with the drive, and the jam by Kevin Durant.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
And the Lakers call time here. They're trailing by 12. We've got 1:55 left in the game. Here's Rondo. Floats it up for James. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
That's a vicious assault on the rim by LeBron. Incredibly accomplished dunker who's still got plenty of bounce in his step.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Davis. Over Jordan. And it's Davis missing.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Allen finds Durant over James. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Well, Kevin Durant goes right up with it. Doesn't give the defense a chance to react.
1:25 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Davis. Jordan with the rebound.
Well, terrific defense. They obviously respect his ability and just want to make it tough.
LeVert inside the line. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And the Nets lead by 14.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Nets.
Their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Yeah, excellent defense around the rim there, Kevin. That they were disciplined and focused.
And so checking out their record tonight, it'll mark win number 32 overall.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kyrie Irving.
I think his steals tell the story. This guy was a disruptive force, and I don't think you can underestimate how important it is for a team to have someone in that role.
Durant against James. Durant, the pass to Jordan. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. LeBron with it. He's picked up by KD. James misses. With the prospect of making a big lead even bigger.
And you got to jump at this chance. Stretch that lead out as much as possible.
Shot on the wing, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. 32 points for Kyrie Irving.
finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question, GA. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now let's catch up with David.